In the United States, the stage is getting hotter by the day on the U.S. presidential election campaign. Thursday's heated debate between incumbent President Joe Biden and former Republican President Donald Trump is still generating global reactions. Both men dragged each other on controversial administrative policies and what they perceive as each other's personal and leadership flaws. We have a report.
The first televised debate of the U.S. 2024 presidential election campaign saw President Joe Biden starting up slowly, in a matter many have described as a stumbling performance in a 90-minute showdown with Republican candidate Donald Trump. Some Democrat insiders allege his early answers triggered panic. But Vice President Kamala Harris defended Joe Biden, saying it was a slow start with a strong finish. Donald Trump, on his part, repeatedly attacked Mr. Biden on the state of the U.S. economy and his foreign policy record, while Joe Biden targeted his rival's criminal conviction and alleged attempts to overturn the U.S. 2020 presidential election. Both men also locked horns on immigration matters.
His big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 15% unemployment. He decimated the economy at the time. There were no jobs. We provided thousands of millions of jobs for individuals who were in all communities, including minority communities. We made sure that they have health insurance.
Their positions on the Paris Accord was also brought to the front burner.
The Paris Accord was going to cost us $1 trillion, and China nothing, and Russia nothing, and India nothing. It was a ripoff of the United States, and I ended it because I didn't want to waste that money because they treat us horribly. We were the only ones. It was costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it, and it was a disaster.
We're moving in directions that are going to significantly change the elements of cause of pollution. But the idea that he claims that he has the biggest heart up here and he's really concerned about pollution and about climate, I've not seen any indication of that.
And there was also a flow of insults across the line. Mr. Biden called Donald Trump a sucker, a loser, and a man with the morals of an alley cart. Mr. Trump hit back and said at one point, "I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence," indicating President Biden was incomprehensible. There were after-debate reactions from black conservative voters at the Trump Watch Party in Atlanta.
Obviously, I'm a Trump supporter. I feel like he was very poised. He did good at answering the questions. Some questions, he didn't directly answer. He went and said what he wanted to say, but that's Trump. He's going to do what he wants to do.
I will say that from what I saw tonight, the sentiment from tonight, the reactions that I saw tonight, I think if anybody was undecided about who they were voting for, tonight really helped them make a decision.
In an Arizona watch party, some Biden supporters acknowledged his shaky performance, in which he frequently lost his train of thought, but emphasized their aversion to a potential second term from former President Donald Trump.
I wish people would think about this. Biden has had a stuttering problem since he was a child. He's not as strong a speaker as Mr. Apprentice.
I feel that Biden perhaps over-prepared. His voice may be lost a little bit because of preparing, but he had facts and figures.
It is the first debate of the 2024 election season between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump.
I have the biggest